Hello, and thank you so much for joining me on my podcast today. In fact, today we're on the 14th episode. We thank many of you that have been watching it on Diamond TV, on Go TV, Channel 20, and of course, the many from around the world that have been calling because they watch our reruns on my YouTube channel, Dora's Conversations. We don't take it for granted, as I say always, because we know that you could be doing so many things with your time. Now, on the conversation today, since it was first discovered in Zambia in 1980, we know that many families have lost their loved ones from HIV/AIDS. There's still stigma surrounding the disease, even after the introduction of ARVs, the antiretroviral drugs that have helped many people with HIV/AIDS to live productive lives. Now, one young man has decided that enough is enough, and he's going to share his story with us today on how he is managing. Let us welcome Anthony James Batts. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, Dr. Sidia. I'm humbled to be here.
Oh, you are very, very brave, and I think it's important to share such stories.
Thank you.
Now, just from the beginning, let me ask, why are you here today?
I'm here because I'm HIV positive. I've been positive. I found that in 2010. So I've had an interesting journey. Started off with denial, not accepting, and suicidal. I was just wishing I could just die either naturally, because I couldn't see myself going further in life, like living longer.
Now, let's just go back a little bit. How old were you in 2010?
Let me see. At the time of finding out, I was 24. A month later, I turned 25. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, maybe we even go back further so we know about who you are. Where were you born? When were you born?
I was born in Livingstone, born and bred in Livingstone General Hospital, in 1986, 20th October 1986.
And you went to school there?
Born and bred, madam.
Okay.
So I did my primary school at Parents Primary School from grade 1, grade 7. I did my grade 8 to grade 9 at St. Raphael Secondary School, all boys. And I finished my 10 to 12 at Linda Secondary School. Yes, madam.
And when did you come to Lusaka?
I've been coming to Lusaka back and forth since 2007.
Since 2007?
I've been living between Lusaka and Windhoek.
Okay.
Yes, madam.
Okay. And when you finished school, what did you go into? Did you start work or did you go to college?
I did some computer courses. Yes. And I also went to Bible college. And also, because of HIV, I was prompted to train in psychosocial counseling, just to be of help out there.
If I can go back again a little bit before 2010, what did you know about AIDS? Did you encounter it in your family? Did you learn about it at school? Do you think you had sufficient information at school?
At school, no. Maybe they're talking about it, but maybe in other classes, but not in the classes I was in. At school, I never learned much about HIV. Although, as I say, with HIV, either infected or affected. I was already affected to have some family members who were positive, but you never had those conversations with them. Because you feel uncomfortable. How do you go to someone just asking, wait, so you think about HIV? You might offend them. So just embrace them, just accept them. But you never had those deep conversations with them. So I didn't get any information about HIV until I found myself in those shoes.
So in the family, you didn't find any room to discuss it. What about with your friends, with neighbors?
Well, with your friends and neighbors, you just have those cachasu stories. People just assuming how HIV is, but not verified facts or confirmed. Everyone just has their own philosophy. When I got into it, that's when I realized that we're just cheating ourselves, all of us. It doesn't work like that. Or it's not like that, brother. Yes, madam.
Okay. Now, do you sort of feel at any point when you look back and say, I would have maybe exposed myself there or exposed myself there? Do you remember incidences like that?
Yeah, several. Because way back I used to drink a lot. So maybe they could have been, because there's also quarrel in there, fighting all over, bleeding and whatnot. Maybe there's an exchange of blood somewhere. It's possible. Yes.
Oh, and having unprotected sex because you were drinking?
Funny enough, me, I just focus on drinking. I just a chakolwa full time. I didn't have time.
For women.
If anything, I found women to be destructive. You have to give her attention, you have to chat with her. What that is going on, your friends are finishing the beer this side. So no. Honestly speaking, ma'am, I never had time for relationships for women. It's so a mystery to me. I can't pinpoint anyone because that would be a defamation or something. Yeah. So what I did is just after all that suicidal depression, denial, after going through all those phases, someone, a friend of mine, who turned out to be pretty positive as well, told me that Anthony, just accept before you hate people. You're going to hate people in the long run if you're going to be overthinking and assuming that this one infected you, this one infected you. You're going to really ruin all your relationships.
But let me ask, as a young person, were you concerned at whatever point you had sex? I want to assume you're still not married. Were you ever somebody committed to using protection, to using condoms?
Yes, I was, madam.
How did that come about? Was it from talking to your friends that, guys, we need to live long, we need to use protection?
No, most of us guys, just to avoid impregnating someone who are not ready to be fathers.
Okay, so you're more scared of making somebody pregnant than getting
Yes.
HIV.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And that's why you feel that you can't pinpoint at how you could have gotten the disease.
Yeah, I can't.
Okay. So in 2010, what happened? How did you start thinking about, I need maybe to go and get an HIV test? Explain to us what happened step by step. How did it come about for you to finally find out?
Okay. So, like I said, I used to live between Lusaka and Windhoek. So this time I was traveling to Windhoek, family car. We started off from Lusaka, going to Windhoek. So somewhere along the way, I just started feeling sick, drowsy, and all that.
You started feeling sick?
Yes, and drowsy.
It was the first time?
No, I just my things, my illnesses coming in back and forth.
Okay, for quite a while?
Yes.
And you couldn't explain it?
Yes.
Okay, so you were in the car?
I'm in the car. I'm just all sick, all drowsy. Then we reached Livingstone. We stepped over because it's a 2,000-kilometer journey. That's over. It was 24 hours. So we stepped over. In the morning, we started off. When we started off in the morning, I just developed a cough. That thing now graduated to cough, severe cough. So I reached Windhoek at night. My father told me, tomorrow just sleep and rest because you're too fatigued from the journey. But after you have rested, the following day, go to the hospital, Windhoek Central Hospital. Go for testing. They check that cough. So
it was a very bad cough, not like a normal.
No, very severe cough. So I went to the hospital. Dr. Faith is a Zambian doctor. The one who attended to me. She first suspicion was TB. She tested me for TB and all that. There was nothing. So she tested my urine for any infection. There was nothing. She took me to a private room, checked my private parts, touched my private parts for any STI. There's nothing. So she said that let's try HIV as the last one.
When she said that, how did you feel when she mentioned, why don't we try HIV?
I was very confident it would be negative also.
You were very confident.
Very confident. Because my lifestyle didn't have that promiscuous history.
But you don't have to be promiscuous to get HIV/AIDS.
I didn't.
You know now.
I was ignorant now that time, yeah. So that's just when it came out positive. I was like, no, madam, test again. That can be me. That's the first step of denial. Test again, came out positive.
In Namibia.
Windhoek, Namibia. Came out positive again. So now she started trying to explain to me, canceling me. She was just talking. I wasn't hearing what she was saying because I was too shocked, too confused. So I phoned my dad. He was at work. Like, Dad, I've been found positive. Dad,
your father was still in Namibia at that point?
Yes.
Okay.
Said, Dad, I've been found positive. So Dad said to me, just calm down. Don't do anything drastic. Just calm down. We'll discuss when we get home. Then he phoned my sister in Lusaka. He told her the bad news, sad news. She was pregnant at the time. She was heartbroken.
Your young sister or
older sister. She was heartbroken. So we got home. The whole family came together. They trying to encourage me, trying to help me accept. They tried to educate me and all that. The more I got counseled, the more I went to the clinic for counseling. The more I understood that the symptoms were there, madam. I just never knew them. Constant flu. I was having flu.
For a long
for a
time.
long time. Diarrhea. I was always being hit by diarrhea. But I come up with an excuse that maybe it's that pie I bought that day,
Pie or the beer I was
or
drinking.
the tumbo I bought that time. Yeah. Fever. I chew out a lot. I'm always at night in the club, cheating my boys, maybe people not getting all those things. And I was losing weight. I lost just weight, like just loss of weight. My normal weight, because that time I used to be a slim boy naturally. My normal weight would be like 31 kg. Yeah. But it went down almost 20 kg. At one point, almost 25 kg. Mga sa yeah. So all those were symptoms, which out of ignorance, I never paid attention to.
Now, when you kept saying, I'm not feeling well, I'm not feeling well, clearly you sound like a guy who's always around friends in the clubs.
Yeah.
What were your friends saying?
Those my
They'll ask you to drink Puriton,
or something.
self-medicate.
Just performance, go to some things like that. Yeah.
And AIDS, HIV was the last thing on your
It
mind.
never crossed my mind.
Okay.
And oh, by the way, madam, after I found out that she had positive, Dr. Face now, after trying to talk to me, she asked someone to check my CD4 count. When you check the CD4 count, it was at 14. And the reasonable CD4 count is supposed to be 400. So my immune system was very weak. All those my symptoms, because when your immune system is,
So there was no viral load suppression.
yes, and HIV itself is manageable. HIV doesn't kill, as everyone knows. But if your immune system is not managed well, the HIV is not managed well, your treatment is not managed well, that's when you go into AIDS.
Now tell me, from the day you found out in Namibia, what was the first month like? Do you remember how the first month was like? What did you change? What did you start doing? Did you stop drinking immediately? Did you start calling your friends? What happened in that first month?
That's why all the suicide, the depression, the denial was in that first month. And I didn't stop drinking, which was frustrating the doctors. Because they advised me to stop drinking. So when I started medication, because medication and alcohol don't go hand in hand. So if I was going to be drinking and taking medicine, I wouldn't do anything. But I was still drinking, madam, still drinking. Now I'm drinking illegally now.
And heavily so.
Yeah, because now there's that drinking now for depression now, frustration.
You were thinking maybe let just the alcohol kill me.
Anything, something must kill a man. Yeah, anything. I just drinking. But when I go for my review, they're trying to check my blood count, my count, they find some traces of alcohol there. To create a lot of noise, talking. The doctors will be shouting. At home, they'll be shouting.
Well, tell us that meeting with your family the first time.
Yes, madam.
How was it like? You come from the hospital the week later, 2 days later, you have this family meeting and you're talking to your sister on the phone. How was it like?
Well, they were encouraging me, but for me, I was just in tears.
You were just crying.
Yeah. It was a very dark period for me. The shock was too much.
What did your mother say?
Well, my stepmother is a pharmacist, worked at the same hospital I got tested. She's the first one to calm me down at the hospital there before I went home. She prepared me mentally, whatever, emotionally. Dad also on the phone prepared me. So we went home. My stepsisters were told about what happened. They were encouraging. They were trying to give me hope, give me life.
Sometimes in families, we hear stories when somebody says they're HIV, the other members of the family distance themselves, sometimes because they are scared, they're living in the same house with you, they might be infected, because people don't have the facts, even up to date. Did you feel that from your family at all?
Thankfully enough, my family, which is weird, they were knowledgeable about these things. Me who lived with them, I wasn't. The irony. Yeah. So they were knowledgeable about it. They told me that HIV doesn't kill. When you start your medication, just adhere to the medicine. I know that, and you see your CD4 count will improve. Like they told you, stop drinking. I know that. But mama, when you're broken, people, even Jesus himself can come down and talk to you, but it don't matter. When you're just broken, just depressed.
What did you feel you were going to lose out once you found out? Did you feel like you were dying anytime soon? Or what did you feel you were losing, your dreams? What were they?
I think I was dying anytime soon. I didn't see myself getting married. I see myself having healthy children. I think, why even have children if I'm going to bring them to the world with such a condition? I think I think to myself, I don't even have children. I don't want to have children anymore, and I don't want to be in any relationship. I don't want to bring put anyone's daughter in a awkward situation, or be the reason why someone's daughter is infected. Yeah, just cut out the world.
Was there a point when you really came close to saying, I'm going to kill myself, as you say? Any particular day you really remember that you woke up and said, enough, I can't live like this anymore?
Yeah, I was going not really like a suicide, like a normal suicide of hanging yourself. But I was going to kill myself by not complying with the doctor, by not taking medicine.
Ah.
I just going to let it sit for whatever crash, whatever opportunity this is coming, just kill me and let it finish and let it finish this once and for all. Yeah, I was systematically killing myself. I was letting go because I didn't see any hope beyond this.
Well, that is our guest for today, who decided to come forward and talk about his status in terms of being HIV positive. In 2016 and in 2021, there was a study done by the government of Zambia and the Zambia population-based HIV/AIDS assessment survey. Now, there were some very particular findings in that survey. The first one, of course, that 11% of the population is actually HIV positive, and out of that, 14% are women and 8% are men. And this was a study in the age range of 15 years and above. Another important finding was the annual incidence, the rate of new infections. It was again found that about 0.3% are new infections each year, which is about 28,000 people per year, again in the age group of 15 years and above. Once again, the majority is said to be women. And then lastly, there were some disturbing findings in terms of viral load suppression, being able to manage the disease and reduce the viral load. While generally there was an over average 85% in terms of women and men infected with HIV AIDS, it was quite concerning that between women who are the age 15 to 24 and men 15 to 34. That is where there was continued reduction in viral load suppression, meaning that it was actually increasing their chances of actually getting diseases due to being HIV positive, because they were not, as we heard from Anthony, managing the disease, or were actually in denial and refusing to manage this disease, to live healthily so that they could actually contain the disease. But we'll hear more from Anthony after the break. We continue talking to our guest today, and this is Anthony James Batt, who's sharing his story about living with HIV/AIDS. Growing up, did you go to church?
My mother, biological mother, used to try to take me to church. But to be honest, I found church boring, and I wasn't a fan of church. I don't always go to church when I'm inspired by my mother's whip. Yeah, that's when I go to church.
And since then, many people, when they face a life-changing situation, it's said that they usually turn to God. Has that happened to you?
I turned to God. I didn't went to Bible college.
Aha.
I didn't been baptized, freshly baptized. Yeah, and I gave my life to Christ.
Has that helped you?
A lot, a lot. God is faithful. Give me that extra confidence. That remember, I couldn't see beyond the HIV, but with faith, Christianity, my relationship with Christ, I have that faith that I'll live long. I know that with God nothing is impossible. So Christianity has done me a lot of good, and I thank my pastor, Bishop Janet Hart, now Dr. Janet Hart, for mentoring me, just grooming me, for being a good support system. She's practically been my pastor since 1996. Yeah.
So now it's 14 years since you found out you were HIV
Yes, ma'am.
positive in 2010. What have been your major lifestyle changes? Remember, you said you wanted to basically commit suicide through alcohol
Yes.
and refusing to take the drugs.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Well, finally I accepted. I started taking my drugs. I quit alcohol. I gave my life to Christ.
You actually quit alcohol.
Yes.
Okay. When did that happen?
That happened when I was in Vinduk. When I heard that my sister, who was pregnant, went into depression. That really touched my heart. Because that's
Your elder sister who was worried of losing a young brother.
yes, and she was pregnant. And before I left Namibia, she asked me to predict the sex of the child. I told her to be a girl. So so as far as I was concerned, like the person in the womb was my niece. So she was pregnant with my niece in her womb, and so the thought of something bad happening to them because of my selfishness that now provoked my heart, it touched my heart. That's when I said, that's when I put my foot down. Like, you know what? I'm going to stop this alcohol. I'm going to comply with the doctor. And I'm going to accept my situation and take it one day at a time. Like I said, God is faithful. I made an oath with God. I said that, God, if my sister gives birth peacefully, I won't touch alcohol again. She gave birth peacefully. And like I predicted, it was a girl. And God is a show off. She even looked like me. She resembles me. And she's my little best friend now. Yeah.
Okay. And you said you've got this support system from the church, from your family. Let's go back to your friends. Now they know that you're HIV positive. Did they continue being your friends?
Yes. And I've been asking more questions, like learning from me now, like trying to seek guidance from me. Yeah. So I'm more like a mentor to them. Yeah. Because they come to me, ask me questions about relationships, alcohol, sex, what. And I give them a little knowledge that I have from my own experience. Yeah. But they're somewhat incorrigible. They open up to me about their own status that are positive. So I said, fine, we shall be encouraging each other. But the attitude hasn't changed.
Okay.
They're still out there, still sleeping around, still drinking. And this is a woman I'm talking about. Still doing what they was been doing.
There's been no lifestyle change.
No.
You heard from the statistics I was giving about the studies done in Zambia that the government has been concerned that among young people, girls 15 to 24, boys 15 to 34, that is where there seem to be reduction in viral load suppression. So clearly, that's why we expect to see many people die from HIV/AIDS because they're not managing themselves.
Yes.
How concerned are you? What are you doing in the community when you say you are now a champion for talking about HIV/AIDS? Are you doing this just as you, Anthony James Batts, or you are working with an organization?
No, just as Anthony James Batts. Yeah. What I can't be surprised by those statistics. Without the attitude out there is very bad. Now the attitude that they're not scared of HIV. Actually, the medicine is there. If I wish I was just drink medicine, which is easier said than done. When you find with HIV, there's a lot of psychology that comes with it, a lot of emotions. Yeah. So the attitude there that HIV doesn't kill. What kills is cancer. The more serious disease in this world. There's cancer, there's diabetes, something like that.
And that's what some of the young people are saying.
Yes.
That it's better you should be more afraid of cancer and diabetes than HIV/AIDS.
So now they're also influenced by the Western culture, social media, all those social lifestyles. That's what is influencing because these children, they're not gonna do relationships like it was back in the days. They just sleep with each other, just for the fun of it. And they'll be switching girls partners like here and there. I witnessed one scenario where I was socializing with my friends. My friend, the one who's positive, the girl, was with us there. At her point, she excused herself to go to the ladies. In her absentia, the two guys were like, boy, get this girl today, may I'll get her tomorrow. Today I'm getting someone else. I'm like, what?
And that is the conversation with you and your friends.
That's what they were. That's between them. That's what they were talking about.
And then what did you do? What did you say to them?
I asked them, guys, that's not a cigarette you're passing over to each other. That's a human being, and you have to be cautious. You don't there are diseases in this world. That time I wasn't open about my status. They're speaking parables. Like there's HIV. And that's when I'm a confidential person. I can't tell you that she's positive. That's a violation of her privacy. That's a human being. That's a woman. How would you feel if your sister being passed on like that? Like,
Well, why do you think young people are behaving that way? Is it because there's less belief in God? Is it because people feel they can always protect themselves using condoms? Well, why do you think people would have a conversation like that, young people?
peer pressure.
Peer pressure.
And also Western culture, which is influencing them too much. The music they're playing, the music, the lyrics they're hearing, trying to emulate those stars when they're Wayne, getting girls, sleeping around, what they call body count, where you count the number of people stepped with to see who's got the highest body count. It's like a competition with them. That culture has contributed negatively to the fight against HIV.
What do you think can change then? What can get that to change? Is it because maybe when I was growing up from the 80s to 90s, there were no ARVs, so people could physically see people sick from HIV related diseases? Is it that because now we don't see them, so this is why people think that they can take a chance?
Yes, basically. That's why I say that now that we've got that kind of information that there's medicine, there's ARVs, we take that for granted. We shall drink the medicine if they find us. They tell me that after it was made for human beings. So embrace it. That arrogance.
Is it easy to access the medication?
Yeah, it is when you're in the system, depending on the center you're getting from.
Okay.
It is. You just go there when it's your due date. Yeah, you obviously find the queue, stand in the queue, you'll be given medicine.
And when you're in that queue, do you feel any stigma, or you feel among people who are like me, you feel safe?
Yes, I do. Sometimes we chat, you laugh. The one I was comfortable with was one clinic in Livingston, where I was initially getting my ARVs. That's my hometown. Then we got the section where as people with HIV sit while waiting for medication. A passerby can even tell that, can even say that. So our no yakawa.
They call it kuyaka.
Yeah.
They're lit.
Yeah. Well, that section is strictly for us.
So did you feel that was a bad thing or a good thing?
It was a bad thing. It was
Okay.
more like stigma.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think there was a complaint by someone. They dissolved it now. Now you just go in like you just naturally, like you were part of the many patients. Well, that was too much.
Okay.
Just put in one like
Yes.
lepers or
Like the
something.
condemned.
Yeah, the
That
condemned,
is
thank you.
their
Yeah.
area.
Yeah, that wasn't
Okay.
good. That wasn't good.
Okay. Okay. So you only experienced that in Livingston?
Yeah.
Okay.
My clinic here in Lusaka is just natural.
Okay.
Just someone just shout your name because there's a queue.
Yes.
Yeah. There's no queue for malaria or what. So no one will tell that, yeah.
It's just your card that they
Yes.
will see
Yes.
what they need to dispense
Yes.
to you.
Yes.
And you don't pay anything, so it's a good thing.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
The government has also helped us on that one.
Okay. Because the ARVs are free.
Yes.
Okay. Has this changed or impacted your economics at home in terms of what you eat?
No, we eat the same thing. Of course, I have to make sure I put emphasis on vegetables, rape, or muloho, as we call it in my tribe, lozi. Yeah. And they're just normal healthy food. The food is there. It's just up to me how I eat it.
Even without being HIV positive, stopping to drink alcohol can be quite difficult for young people. And we've spoken to young people on this show about, or with their parents, about being alcohol addicts.
Yes, ma'am.
You seem to make us believe that it was very easy for you.
No, it wasn't. Like I told you, I was I had no choice. I was moved when I heard my elder sister has going to fall into depression because of my drinking. So she informed that your brother is not complying with the doctors. He's still drinking. He still wants to kill himself. That's what goes to send my sister into depression. So I saw that Amy is depressed because of you. My heart was broken because that was my sister and my niece
And
the
that's
womb.
how you made the oath with God, as you said.
Yeah, that's why I just had to put my foot down because I realized I was being selfish.
Okay.
I just think about myself
Okay.
and not the people around me. Because when we die, we don't feel it. It's our relatives, friends
The
who will leave
ones who
behind.
remained.
Yeah, who feel the pain.
Let me ask you this.
Yes, ma'am.
You've given us this impression you're a party guy and so on. So what do you do now? You're not drinking. Do you still go out? Do you still see a few entertainment? What do you do for entertainment?
I should socialize. There's a complex near our house, and there's a pub at home. So that people come, strangers, friends, so interact with them, have a good time. Some invite you on the table, you choose them. Like even the waiters, the waitresses, those are my friends. We have all these laughs, all this humor. There's so much to do in this world.
Because people sometimes think if they stop drinking, then their life is
No,
boring.
even with that alcohol, you can have fun. Me, I hang out with people who drink. They'll be drinking the beers there. Me, I'll be drinking my Coca-Cola. And we're having the same fun. And it's even more fun when you're sober because you get to witness everything. So by morning, you've got so much enough molomo to do.
Okay. You said that once you found out you were HIV positive, you were so angry and thought you didn't even need a relationship, you didn't need to have children. Where are you now? Are you in love with someone?
I'm trying to be in love now.
You're trying to be in love.
These days, mama, it's not like your days when relationships were respected. These days, relationships are jokes. You can be someone, and they're also someone. You're someone, and they're looking for a partner, but they're with you.
Okay, now that's making me laugh.
Yeah.
So are you in a relationship?
I should think so.
You should, are you the one who's with a partner and you are looking for someone
No.
else? So you are actually the problem, is it?
Oh, I'm not sure whether like I said, our relationship. You might find maybe they dumped you a long time ago. You're not aware, and you're based saying that's my girlfriend. That's my girlfriend.
Yeah, but are you, Anthony James Batts, in a relationship with someone?
There's an audition going on.
There's
An audition.
okay, you're looking.
Five of them are interested.
Wow,
So
okay.
it's up to me to choose now who seems more serious.
So do they know about your
They
status?
know, Mama. Some of them also have it.
Okay, so you're talking, are you trying to settle down?
Settling down, not yet.
Okay. You have to imagine that there are other people watching you now, especially younger people, and they're asking themselves, if I found myself in a position where I'm HIV positive, shouldn't I just have a good relationship, live a normal life with somebody? And they're hearing you saying, I got 5 people. It's almost like I have a license because I already have HIV AIDS, I have a license, I can be seeing these 5 people. Are you sleeping with these 5
No,
people?
I'm not sleeping with them.
Okay.
I'm just observing them
Okay.
to see who I can settle with. I would encourage people, anyone who is positive, find that one partner who will accept you, or maybe if they're positive, encourage each other, be each other's keeper. Also, what you call discordant couples, where one is positive, one is negative. They work out very well if you find the right partner. So just find that one person.
So it's called a discordant relationship where one is positive, one is negative.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So find that one partner. If you already settle down, please settle down. Marriage is not a guarantee that you won't catch HIV, but it will give you that stability. And it will also help you psychologically. It will boost your immune system. Find your partner, settle down, keep going to the counselors, let them guide you on how to have those healthy children, how to live a healthy sex life.
You would like to have children now.
Very much. I have children.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it easy to access counseling in Zambia? You were talking about being counseled in Namibia. Is it easy to access counseling here?
It is. Just go to the hospital. Request for a counselor. There's always someone there. And there's that confidentiality, that privacy. You can have that confidential conversation. No one will suspect you of anything. And counselors are under oath not to disclose whatever details. Yeah. So you can just let your heart out, just have that conversation. And counseling is good. You get a lot of information. Because people are trained. They're given data which they communicate to you, the client.
Okay, so you asked to come on this program. What did you want to get out of this? What did you want people to feel, to think? Because after this, everybody's going to know who you are and your status. So, what did you want to get out of this? Why now?
To fight stigma and denial, because I came out public about my status after the death of my friend, a very close friend. We were tight like that. She was like she died at 21 years old. That was some years back. So after she died, after she was buried, her sister told me that your friend was HIV positive, but in denial. She never accepted a condition.
So, you didn't know that?
I didn't know that. And the things that I never opened up to her because that time I was very confidential about my status.
You're also hiding your
Yes.
status from her.
Yes, even as she was hiding her status. So after that, a sort of guilt gripped me. Like, maybe if I open up to this girl, perhaps she'd have opened up to me. And who knows, maybe we'd have been encouraging each other. And she wouldn't have felt alone. Because this girl used to play around, not play like irresponsibly, but she liked cheating with her friends. I know that partying, I know that she was just a normal girl like any other girl. So obviously the thing was that if I open up, these friends of mine they will cut me off. Because there's like a fear of having an HIV person in your group and people find out. There's that thing like maybe even you guys are positive. But stigma is still there, mama. Still there. Just now it's just a bit more calculative, but it's very much there.
There's still a lot of stigma.
Yes.
Ooh, as we end, I just want to remind us all about the statistics from the study that was done by the Zambia population-based HIV impact assessment survey, that there's a reduction in viral load suppression among women 15 years to 24 years and men 15 years to 34 years. These are the active young people. These are the young people in colleges. These are the young people who are supposed to be the future of Zambia, but that is where they're at more risk of actually having HIV AIDS related complications. But what do you think is going on? Even with the ARVs, many of them are just don't want to take the drugs. They just don't want to live healthy.
Denial is there.
Denial is number one.
Segregation, stigma, and just the casualness of it all. The whole mkwala uliko medicines there. I can just be wild as I can. Like
Because they are ARVs, they can
yeah,
continue to
yes.
be wild.
If I'm positive, I'll just start drinking if they tell me. Because now they respect cancer more, diabetes more. They got those as the more serious conditions. Alcohol is just HIV is just a joke.
Well, what you say in Zambia, we have an HIV/AIDS problem among young people, but from your experience, that we actually also just have a whole alcohol problem,
Yes.
alcohol addiction problem
Yes.
among young people.
And it's not only young people, ma. Even the elders out there, they're also getting wild. Those are supposed to be the role models. So if the young ones are seeing these buddies, join life like that, they get prompted also. Yeah, and then the younger ones. So alcohol is a major contributor to this thing.
Okay.
Because Zambians drink a lot, and there's too much sex out there, especially in universities, colleges. And the young ones are now inspired by, like I said earlier on, this is my Lil Wayne, hip hop, whatever. What they hear Lil Wayne is talking about when he's talking about sex. 'Cause those guys, they commercialize sex. They make sex look like a very good thing to do, by all means. So they try to,
Even unprotected sex.
yeah. Little do they know that those people are just working. That's just a job. They might be actually be responsible for something in their personal lives. Yeah.
So it's misreading of social media also.
Social media is a big contributor.
Okay.
Because on social media, those fake lifestyles, which people believe as gospel truth. But if you see that person posting, you meet them in real life, it's a contradiction.
Okay.
Maybe the guy just a wire, but on social media they put on this front.
Okay.
But they're happening, they're sleeping with girls or they're sleeping with guys. Like I told you earlier on, it's all about what's the highest body count. They
Okay.
take pride in this body count.
Who has many more people they have slept with?
Yes.
Okay. Well, Anthony James Butt, I
Ma'am.
think you're very, very brave to have agreed to come on this show to share your story. It's
Thank
been a
you.
long journey since 2010 when you first found out that you are HIV positive. You shared your suicidal thoughts,
Yes,
but
ma'am.
also the courage it took for you to make your contract, so to speak, with God that you were going to do
Yeah.
something right because of the love your family had shown you. Thank you so much for coming on this program
Thank you,
and
ma'am.
continue to encourage other people who are living, especially young people who are living with HIV, AIDS as well.
Thank you, ma'am.
That was our podcast conversation for today. AIDS is real, it is still there. They are ARVs, but it is better to be safe by making sure that you don't get infected in the first place. The study I was referring to by the Zambia population-based HIV impact assessment shows that the incidence rate for Zambia, that is annual infections, is 28,000 each year, and the majority is among women. So it is important that we all take responsibility to make sure that we protect ourselves and do get to know what your status is so that you can begin treatment immediately. Thank you again for joining us on this podcast this evening, and I'll see you next time. Good night.